Liverpool won, Arsenal won. It ends with a draw and Arsenal remain top of the league. First things first, sorry in advance for my voice, I haven't been feeling so good today, so yeah, just wanted to let you know. Okay, back to the game. Let's start with our starting 11. No surprises there, same 11 as versus Brighton last week. You know what, I just had a good feeling about this game even before it started. I don't know, after reading all those depressing stats, how we haven't won at Anfield in 11 years, number of goals we conceded, in general, how terrible we've been against Liverpool at Anfield since Jurgen Klopp basically took over. I was just trying to keep some positive thoughts. If not now, then when? This has to stop. Today, we have to win. We obviously didn't win in the end, but like I've been saying for these past few days, draw at Anfield is always a great result. Okay, let's get into it. Since minute one, you could have immediately seen that our players were highly motivated and prepared for this battle, let's call it that. What's maybe even more important is that we didn't look impressed. We were sharp, organized, physical, brave. Better term would be we were mentally strong from minute one. And things like that are what is, to me, most impressive thing about this current Arsenal side, to see how we are improving each season. And this squad is now old enough, and you could say experienced enough, to know how to cope with this type of opponent and this type of pressure. Dream start for Arsenal, with Gabriel Magalhaes already scoring in the 4th minute of the match. I don't know what were Liverpool defenders doing during that whole sequence. Not that I care really, but it just looked so easy. Such a simple goal. Great cross, great header, boom. Simple as that. As expected, Liverpool immediately changed the tempo of the game, and for the next 15 to 20 minutes, something like that, they were pretty much in complete control of the game. They were desperately trying to get back into the game and score the equalizer. And they had some good chances, but we managed to fight them off, and we slowly started to create some good actions and chances after their initial pressure. Yes, I wanted to talk about this. Look, we often complain about the referees, and rightly so, because they've been absolutely horrible since the start of this season. I mean, they've been horrible for a while now, but especially since the start of this season. Why am I saying this? Because I know it's probably not a 100% clear and obvious penalty, but I was honestly shocked to see that VAR didn't even check that potential penalty when Martin Odegaard stopped the ball with his hand. I was fully convinced that they will at least check it out on screen, but no. I don't know, do you think it should have been a penalty? Write down in the comments. Anyway, and just like that, out of nowhere, Mohamed Salah scores for Liverpool, and Liverpool are back in the game. We've already talked about this. I even made a whole video about this. Zinchenko is a defensive liability. It is what it is. There's no point in lying to ourselves. He's brilliant going forward, but defensively, and when you put Alexander Zinchenko against one of the best players in the world, in Mohamed Salah, this is what you get. Salah got through Zinchenko with such ease to create himself a space to shoot. It was really painful to watch. It was painful to watch how many times throughout the game Zinchenko just simply couldn't handle Mohamed Salah. I mean, let's be real. Salah had a field day on that right wing today. I know Tomiyasu is injured, Timber is injured, and we are short on options, but at one point in the 30th or 35th minute of the game, after Liverpool equalized, if you paid attention, you could have seen that Gabriel and Zinchenko changed positions when Salah had the ball. I don't know if Mikel Arteta ordered them to do that or they simply figured it out on their own, but yeah, that right there tells you everything you need to know. And that lasted till the end of the game, with Gabriel and Zinchenko changing positions when Salah was on the ball. And it was good. That worked well. Alright, back to the game. Till the end of the first half, I think it was 50-50. We created some chances, they created some chances, but nothing concrete on both sides. Oh yeah, I forgot. We had that excellent chance when Saka left the ball for Gabriel Martinelli, and he completely missed the goal, so yeah, brilliant. But jokes aside, it was really a great chance, and it's a shame we didn't score that. We could have gone to halftime leading the game. So anyway, that was pretty much it for the first half. I think all of our players did well. It was a fair contest. Both sides had their chances. It could have gone either way. What else? I guess we could say that defensively, Zinchenko was below average, if I had to single someone out. Martinelli also seemed to be way off in the first half. His decision-making, reactions, he just wasn't sharp enough. Okay, let's now get into the second half. I know this sounds like I'm repeating and saying the same thing over and over, but in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, Zinchenko once again made a crucial mistake, but luckily for us, Liverpool didn't convert it. And Gabriel Martinelli had 2 big chances, and he completely misjudged it and easily lost the ball in both of these sequences. Like I said, I don't want to bash them anymore, but after the first 10 minutes of the second half, I think it was clear to everyone that we need to make some changes. What next? We had a couple of good chances, but once again we were bad in decision making. At the same time, around 60th minute, it looked to me like Liverpool have put their foot off the gas, and they weren't pressing so high up the pitch anymore. And as we all could have guessed, in the 68th minute, we made our first substitute. Leandro Trossard for Gabriel Martinelli, so no surprises there. And I think it was literally a minute later when David Raya, for some odd reason, known only to him, kicked the ball 25 yards away from the goal to Harvey Elliott, who hit the post. Don't know what was he thinking there. He had Saliba opening free, he had Zinchenko, but never mind. What happened 2 minutes after that was even more shocking. After our corner, Liverpool had 4 versus 1 situation at our goal. How we didn't concede right there, I still don't know. Trent hit the post and I was just looking in disbelief like, how is it possible that they had a clear goal scoring opportunity from our corner? Like, where is the rush? We are first on the table. We are playing away. We would have taken the draw if someone offered it to us. And then in the 70th minute of the game, 10 of our men and in the Liverpool penalty area for some random corner. Like, why? I could understand if we're chasing the score and we were like, I don't know, 3-1 down. So yeah, obviously we will take those type of risks. But in this situation, I don't understand. I don't get it. What were we doing right there? But it didn't matter in the end because we luckily didn't concede from that play. Around the, I don't know, it was 80th minute, something like that, we made a second substitute, Eddie Nketiah for Gabriel Jesus. Standard Mikel Arteta procedure, you could say. Interestingly, for the next 5 minutes, we had some crazy good chances to score. But once again, for the 100th time today, we just couldn't place that final pass or that final shot. Really frustrating. There was also that potential penalty decision on Kai Havertz when Trent Alexander-Arnold kicked him. And I mean, there was a contact, definitely. But was that enough for the referee to give a penalty? I don't know. I don't think it is, to be completely honest with you. And it was a drag for the last 10 minutes of the game. We had some chances, but yeah. And that is basically it for today's game. So my verdict and first thoughts are, it could have gone either way. This game could have easily finished 3-0 for Liverpool or 3-0 for Arsenal. It was all hanging in the air, with both sides being on, I guess you could say, the same level quality-wise. Liverpool, in my opinion, were a better side in the first half, and after they equalized in the 30th minute, I just kept saying to myself, please, no, Arsenal, please, just don't concede another one, because if we go to break losing, they will probably annihilate us in the second half. But luckily, that didn't happen. Look, this ain't the same Liverpool that we've been used seeing for these past, 5-6 years. A lot of new players, a lot of new tactics, different approach. I mean, obviously they still have some of their heavy hitters at the club. You know, players like Mohamed Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, you could say. Still, world-class players, but it will probably also take time for them to connect the dots and for Jurgen Klopp to balance the squad and for some of these new players to get used to the system, way of play, etc. But what shocked me the most when the second half began is how Liverpool completely fell off in the second half. Honestly, I was shocked to see how much they've fallen off. They're pressing, struggling to take the ball from the back, their energy levels. Yes, I mean, they had a few chances, but most of their chances in the second half came from our mistakes. Am I right? You know what? Call me deluded or whatever, but I think we were much closer to victory today. And it's a shame we didn't use some of those chances. I'm happy with the draw. I'm happy to see us staying top of the league for Christmas, and we shouldn't be greedy. Because we all know what Liverpool did to us at Anfield throughout the last 4, 5, 6 years. So, and that is basically it. But before we end, let's quickly read out some of your comments for my post after the game. Kevin Thompson says, absolutely brilliant game. Couldn't believe we didn't go 2-1 down with our crossbar shot from Arnold. A draw it is, and we're still top of the table. Matthew King says, great result in one of the most hostile atmospheres in football. Well done, guys. Super proud. Ian Lai says, I guess based on the chances both teams had, it was a fair result at the end. Mihai says Zinchenko is definitely a liability on the left. Konate completely cancelled Martinelli, but Saliba cancelled Salah as well. It's time for Reece Nelson to step up. Martinelli needs to be rested for 1-2 games. Havertz was slow and chaotic today. Ben White as well. Big up for Rice. His vision and control of the ball are outstanding, proving once again he's currently the best DM in the world. It would be really good if Vieira could take over some weight from Odegaard's shoulders, because he needs to be rested as well, otherwise sell him ASAP. And you know what? I completely agree with this comment. Zinchenko is definitely a defensive liability. But speaking of, you reminded me, speaking about Reece Nelson, I just don't get it. I think Reece Nelson is a brilliant player. And I've been saying that for years now. And he's now what? 23, 24, something like that. How old is Reece Nelson currently? Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson is currently 24 years old. So I don't know why is Arteta struggling to give him a chance. I think he deserves to play. Not week in, week out. But he definitely deserves to play and to be a first choice option on the bench, because other than Saka and Martinelli, who are both part of the starting 11, you don't have other wingers in the squad. You have Leandro Trossard and Reece Nelson, so no need to push those starting 11 players to the max. I agree. I would love to see Reece Nelson in some of the upcoming games, definitely. Simon Belmont says everything from this game was perfect. The only problem is that Zinchenko needs to move to midfield like he does internationally for Ukraine, because he cannot defend as a fullback. When Timber comes back in January, that is when we need to sign either a backup fullback or bring Tierney back from loan. Guna says this was a game that, as a Gunner, would say stalemate. It was 50-50. Good draw for both. Imat says we're lucky we have Saliba, and the team would have been even better if Tomiyasu was LB instead of Zini, but injuries suck. At the end, draw is good. Benjamin says, good match, no more the bully side, on to the next. The Zone says, this game gave me anxiety, I agree. Hype on YouTube says, Martinelli is of no use. It could have been 2 wins in a row at the Anfield. Last season he missed a simple pass to Saka, and tonight couldn't hit the target. Just has pace, that's it. Never takes his head up, crosses are awful. I won't be surprised if he'd get replaced, same situation as Ramsdale. We think they are really good, but in reality they are letting us down. Kevin Koopman says the slippery pitch was so irritating. I agree, it was extremely irritating. Every 2 minutes, players are falling to the ground. Boy Cry Wolf says it's high time Arsenal move on from Martinelli as winger. Just Me says we were lucky Liverpool didn't have their shooting boots on today, because it could have been a cricket score. Dreadful performance, Arteta out. And Fazit says Zini is so lucky Timber has one knee and Tommy is out injured. Next season he won't be anywhere near the starting 11. New Cedric incoming. And that is it for today's video. So Gunners, tell me, what are your thoughts on our performance against Liverpool? Are you happy with the draw? Write down in the comments. Thank you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content.